Hello, hello, hello. It's Attorney Mike Raven coming to you from Chicago as usual. And I had a couple nuggets fall in my lap here. I did a video a while back. It was called Sovereign Citizen Shutdown. Sovereign citizen by the name of Tyers goes in front of Judge Lanice Bryant. She shuts him down. We have a big squabble about whether he's Australian or British. Well, he's back. He's back, but he's in front of Judge Brew, who I also love. And she's there. I also have a good clip from Judge Gettler out in Kansas, our bow tie guy. Someone's trying to give him the shim sham about their failure to appear. Let's get it started, shall we?
From the secret headquarters of the Sovereign Citizen Patrol, initiating video production sequence. We are no longer playing. So let's get revved up. It's time for Law Talk with Mike.
I'm Judge Lanice Bryant. Welcome to the 36th District Court. You are at the 36th District Court. You are at 36th District Court. You are at 36th District Court.
Where are we, Judge?
You are at 36th District Court.
All right, court is back in session. We are continuing to stream live on YouTube. And recalling case 2239-0480, John Edmund Street versus James Tyers, appearances.
Edward Ewald on behalf of the plaintiff. My P number is 43751. Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon. And Mr. Tyers, state your name.
Good afternoon, Judge Brew. How are you? Can you hear me clearly for the record?
I can hear you. State your name.
Thank you. I'm going to reserve all rights without prejudice
Sir,
under
state your name.
1-308. James Matthew.
Your name.
I'm proceeding with that.
State your name.
You asked me. I'm proceeding.
I'm waiting on your name.
Yeah, James Matthew, House of Tyers, special appearance for James Matthew Tyers, reservation of all rights without prejudice, UCC 1-308.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Proceed, Mr. Ewald.
Your Honor, this case has gotten somewhat complicated. Mr. Tyers has filed a complaint with the circuit court alleging certain violations pertaining to this lease arrangement. I had to
Well, of course he did.
File a motion for more definite statement. It looks like he filed something on Friday that I have not seen yet. He's not filed anything in this court addressing that issue at all. Another difficulty I have is when we were in the court before you had asked for a certificate of compliance, we've gotten the property registered. We provided the court with the deed, but we can't seem to get into Mr. Tyers' unit to do a lead test in terms of his unit. We have called and contacted him several times, and he's never made himself available for that inspection. Unfortunately, my representative has the flu. She had to leave. And I guess I would ask for an adjournment, I guess, is a long-winded way of going about this.
Yeah, sounds like circuit court is going to have to submit submit an order based on whatever the motion is. You don't even know what it is, correct?
Well, I filed a motion for more definite statement. They entered an order saying he had 21 days to provide a more definite statement. The docket says that he responded with something called an answer on Friday. I don't have a copy of it yet, so I'm not exactly sure if he filed an amended complaint or he filed some kind of response to my motion, but the hearing was back on January 20th, and I've heard nothing from him.
Agreed, Scott. And if you want to see it done, I put a link to the prior video with this guy in the description below. Judge Brent's having none of it. He or she kind of kicks it because it's going to get taken care of in the other room. I understand. I absolutely love this judge too.
Sense. So I guess I'm asking for an adjournment. I'd also ask that Mr. Tyers make himself available or his unit available so they can complete this lead inspection on his unit.
All right. So, Mr. Tyers, do you agree that there is a pending case at Third Circuit Court?
Your Honor, it's James Matthew.
I'm sorry. James Matthews. James Matthews, do
There
you?
I provided yourself with a plea in bar after the original case was filed by Edward.
Sir, and the question calls for a yes or no answer. We're late in the day. We've entered into the afternoon docket. And I just
with a plea in bar, which had a dismissal demand and a motion for it.
Is there a pending case at Third Circuit Court?
There's no jurisdiction for the 36th District Court.
Sir, do not speak over the court. Is there a pending case at Third Circuit Court? Yes or no? Do you agree?
Yes, there is a case in the Third Circuit Court for which Edward and the other parties were provided the documentation for. There has been no communication from Edward.
I didn't ask you whether there was any communication.
I'd like to be on record, Your Honor, that what the gentleman has said.
Mr. Matthews, I don't need all of that. If there's a case, there's a case. I have to wait for the circuit court judge to rule.
No problem, Your Honor. I just don't want mistruths to be spoken on the record when they clearly have. There's been no communication from the other party, not through proper service for the original case and not for anything to do with the lead inspection. I have no certified mail communication from them. I've had no communication via phone. And I do actually have 2 documents and I'm waiting on a third.
Sir, please don't hold a document up to me. I can't see anything.
It's unclaimed certified mail documents that were sent to the other parties. I have 3 of them. And as I said, there was never a proper service in this case and they don't have any record of it. So
you have a record now. You have a record now. Counselor is asking on behalf of his client. Counselor, why don't you file a motion? File a motion to that effect.
Fair enough, I will.
And then the court will deal with address the motion. Perhaps, I don't know, Third Circuit Court, I'm not sure they might even address it. But in any event, this matter has to be adjourned. There's nothing else that this court can do but adjourn this case. And so this matter is adjourned with good cause being found to March 30th, 2023 at 11:05 a.m. Hopefully that's enough time for the Third Circuit Court. I think they're running kind of slow too on their docket. They're kind of behind, but March 30th, we'll see what happens on March 30th. March 30th, 2023, 11:05 a.m. This is a good cause adjournment. And thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Appreciate you, Your Honor. Have a great week. Appreciate you. Thank you.
You as well, Mr. Matthews.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. Would you answer a question for me then? Did you just say that I chose not to be in the courtroom in person and then are saying that it's not my choice after you said that? I would like you to know that you're fired, ma'am. You just lost your job.
Leon Bailey, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay. I thought that was fitting. It reminded me of that guy. Oh, Mr. Tyers. Mr. Tyers is back. He's back. He's got something in the Third Circuit. If somebody has a link to that, I want to see whatever's going on over there too. He just can't stay out of his own way. He can't do it. So here we are out in Kansas. We've got our good buddy Judge Gettler. I think both Judge Brew and Judge Gettler qualify for their own playlist as a result of this video. This I just had this clip sitting around. The other one was too short, so I put them together. But it's just kind of fun. Mostly it's a standard appearance, but we get the shim sham on the failure to appear, of course, and it's kind of fun.
This is State of Kansas versus Leon Bailey. These are case numbers MGI 22 CR 536 and case numbers 2015 CR 510, 2016 CR 250, 20 CR 233, and 21 CR 404. Mr. Bailey, you appear in custody via Zoom on these matters, stated by Mr. Gayoso. You appear in the 22 CR 536 case, having been arrested on a bench warrant for failure to appear.
Have you ever had a failure to appear?
Possibly. And you appear on the other matters on orders to arrest and detain for alleged probation violations. In the 22 CR 536 case, you failed to appear on February the 2nd before Judge Gossard, and he revoked your bond and issued a bench warrant for your arrest. That case is being reassigned from Judge Gossard to me, as I am your judge in your pre-existing 4 cases. And so this newer one will be assigned to me as well, just for record-keeping purposes. But that bench warrant was issued by Judge Gossard. At that time, you were out on a $5,000 or $15,000 cash surety bond. And I will set a new bond for you today to address all matters. As far as the other 4 cases that are on for alleged violations of your probation, the allegation is the same for all 4 cases, and that is 1, that you failed to report to your intensive supervision officer as directed, that you failed to attend and successfully complete drug and alcohol treatment, and that you failed to attend and successfully complete a substance abuse program.
Say it isn't so.
Do you understand why you're in custody today, Mr. Bailey?
Some of it, yes, sir.
Okay. Are you employed, Mr. Bailey?
Yes, man, I've been working for a salvage yard. I'm working for a mechanic, a helper.
You're working for who? I'm sorry?
I'm a mechanic helper. I've been working for a guy that's a mechanic.
I'm having difficulty understanding you, Mr. Bailey. I'm sorry.
I've been working for a mechanic as a helper.
A mechanic for a helper. Got it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's mumbles.
Sorry about that.
He's so nice about it.
All right, Mr. Gasso, recognizing that Mr. Bailey was out on a $15,000 cash surety bond, and also considering he has 4 A&Ds now to go along with this new case, does the state have a new bond recommendation?
And Your Honor, I do believe he has prior convictions for felony fleeing as well, and also for obstruction. We would ask the court to consider a $25,000 cash or surety bond.
All right. All right, you go ahead, Mr. Bailey. Have something you want to say?
John, I didn't run my bond. I turned myself in. And I wasn't trying to play in a lose. I mean, I'm getting older, and I just slipped my mind. I'm not gonna lie and act like I try to not miss it. I just had a slip of the thought. I had been taking medication and making me drowsy, and I missed my court date. I didn't run. I turned myself into my probation officer. I didn't run from any of it, sir. I promise. And I know I got a past history for that, for being irresponsible for that situation, but I've been trying to straighten it out, sir, and I did not run. I turned myself in. My bondsman said, do what I needed to do to take care of this, so I turned myself in. That's what I've done. I'm on bond right now.
Oh, man, I got to get together.
Well, I appreciate you turning yourself in if that's in fact how that occurred. I don't know if it did or not, but I take you for your word, Mr. Bailey. But the fact of the matter is you did miss your court date. These prior cases, as Mr. Gasso noted, do include convictions for fleeing or attempting to elude law enforcement, obstructing legal process or official duty. Those things do lead the court to believe that you do pose somewhat of a flight risk, even if your failure to miss court or your failure to attend court on February 2nd, if that was just an oversight, you overslept, that doesn't give the court great confidence that you will appear as directed. Judge Gossard revoked your $15,000 cash surety bond. I will set a new bond for you of $20,000 cash surety, Mr. Bailey. That will cover all matters, and that will include bond supervision. So $20,000 cash surety, supervision to cover all cases. You've been on supervision before, so as a reminder, if you make that bond, the very first stop you need to make when you got to jail is to our court service office. You also need to resume reporting to your probation officer. Your failure to do either of those things will only lead you back in jail for violating your bond. Any questions about that?
No, sir.
All right. These cases are assigned to me, as I mentioned. I'm going to put these on my, I hate to do it, but it's my docket week, and I don't want to make you wait another month. I'm going to put these on my February 16th docket at 9 o'clock. So 2/16, that's Thursday of this week. And that will be for admission denial in the 4 PD cases, and that's going to be for selection of a preliminary hearing date in the 22 CR 536. I reviewed your file this morning in that newer case, and I don't show that we have an application or an affidavit for a court-appointed counsel on file from you yet. Did you want the court to appoint an attorney in these matters, or do you plan on hiring your own, Mr. Bailey?
I pretty much went to my money on that bond. I mean, made on the trust.
All right. So if you don't have the funds left to hire your own attorney, and I need to fill out an application affidavit, I think Deputy Tunstall hand that to you. It's in your hands right now. Get that filled out and returned today. And if you qualify financially, I'll appoint an attorney for you, and you might have one available to appear with you on Thursday. In the event you do make this bond and you are not in jail this Thursday at 9 o'clock, you need to make your way back here to the Judicial Center by 9 a.m., check into the clerk's window, and we'll set you up on the laptop we have across the hall from where I am currently. So I want you to, even though it's a Zoom hearing on Thursday, I want you to appear in person. If you've not made that bond and you're still in jail on Thursday, you'll appear via Zoom from the jail like you did today. Any questions, Mr. Bailey?
No, sir.
Or anything further from the state, Mr. Gasso?
No, Your Honor.
That's all for today. We'll see you on Thursday, Mr. Bailey. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Just a quickie. I had those two clips. I would have cut the other clip short, but I know. I've learned. I've gotten chewed out. I got to let the hearing go to the end, so you know what happens to Mr. I got drowsy. He had a litany of excuses, but he throws drowsiness in there. I like that. And Mr. Tyers whining about his name and all that stuff. He's back. He learned nothing from Lenice Bryant, apparently. He learned nothing from Lenice Bryant. But I put a link to that video in the description. Go check it out. It's fantastic, if I do say so myself. Thank you all for coming out. I'll see you soon.